You fall asleep on your couch. Then you open your eyes and you can't move. Your arms and legs are frozen. The only things you can control are your eyes. You see the clock first. 3 a.m. Everyone in your house is asleep. Your eyes dart around the living room, and that's when you see a figure. It's looking right at you. You tell yourself it's a coat hanger, maybe a shadow. Then it takes a step. You try to scream for your mom upstairs, but your mouth won't open. You blink, and it's closer. You force your eyes to stay open, and now you can see its arms reaching for you. Your eyes are tearing up. You blink. It's standing at the end of the couch, and now you can hear it too. Every breath it takes leaves a cloud of mist. The TV light flickers behind the figure, and it casts no shadow. Suddenly you sink deeper into your couch. Something invisible and incredibly heavy is pressing on your chest. It leans down over your face, close enough that you can feel its eyes staring into you. You do the only thing you can do now. You shut your eyes. Your arm twitches. Your body snaps back to you all at once, and you bolt upright, gasping. The room is empty. Only 4 minutes have passed. This is sleep paralysis. When you wake up before your body does, and your half-dreaming brain fills the room with something that was never there. You have just been struck by a truck, thrown onto a metal pole. Your joints bend backwards. Your hands, legs, 8 ribs, all shattered. You can't move. You can't speak. You can barely open your eyes. You barely feel the shock of the defibrillator. You hear your mother scream. You see her tears stream down her face as you are carried into an ambulance. They tried to save you with blood transfusions, surgeries. Nothing works. You slowly drift away as your family sits beside your bed. Doctors pronounce you dead. Then you are awake. You are screaming inside your own skull, but no sound comes out. Your eyelids won't open. You can't move. Everyone thinks you're dead. Days pass. You hear the funeral. You hear your little brother say goodbye. You hear the coffin lid shut, then the dirt, handful after handful, until the sound dulls and there is only your own heartbeat. Faint, slow, alive. This is catalepsy mistaken for death, a real condition where the body shuts down so completely that even doctors can't tell you're still alive. That's why in Victorian England they tied strings to the bodies, connected to a bell on the surface, and somewhere, in a cemetery older than your grandparents, someone is still ringing. A stranger has broken into your house and is now cooking your breakfast. They know exactly how you like your eggs. Then she says, "Good morning, sweetheart," and the second you hear her voice, you know it's your mom. You just can't see her face after what happened last month. You hit your head at practice. The doctor said you were fine, but every face you look at is a stranger's. Your dad, your best friend. You only find him by his red pants, so you learn to fake it. You memorize jackets, haircuts, the way people walk. You wave at everyone who waves at you, just in case, and you start avoiding crowds, too many faces. Then one Saturday, your mom takes you to the mall. You look away from her for 3 seconds, and when you turn back, she's gone. You grab a woman's arm. It's not her. You call out, but 100 strangers stream past, and any of them could be her. And when someone finally grabs your shoulders, you try to fight them off until she says your name. The next morning, your mom is wearing a bright yellow sweater. Now she wears it every day, so you'll never lose her again. This is prosopagnosia, when the part of the brain built just for recognizing faces breaks, while your eyes still work perfectly. Even the face in your mirror is a stranger's now. 8 months ago, you woke up on a train with no memory of how you got there, carrying only a locked phone that wasn't yours. Now you have a good job, friends who feel like family. Then one afternoon, a woman finds you outside work. She's crying before she even reaches you, calling you a name you've never heard of. Suddenly, 6 digits surface in your mind. You type them without thinking, and the phone opens. The screen is filled with you, living another life. A wedding, a house with a red door. Then memories start coming back. Her laugh, a hospital room. The worst day of your life. It gets worse over the next few days. You respond to a name that's not yours. You get deja vu from driving past a house. That's when you understand. There's only room for one of you, so that night, you know you can't sleep. You write your name across your arm and repeat it over and over again. At some point, you blink, and the name on your arm belongs to a stranger. So does the apartment. You scrub the writing away, pack a bag, and return to the woman who has been waiting 8 months for you to come home. This is dissociative fugue, when the mind flees a trauma by erasing who you are and building someone new to carry on. Now they're celebrating the man who came back. No one knows who had to die. Your son is asking you a question, thinking you're ignoring him, but your mouth won't open, and you can't write down the answer, because something happened 6 months ago that completely changed your life. First, you noticed your fingers were stiff. You worked long hours, so you blamed your job. Then 3 months ago, you started tripping. You blamed your shoes. Then your words started slurring, and you fell down trying to put on your shirt. Then you couldn't walk up your own stairs. Eventually, your family helped you to the doctor, and he told you the devastating news. The motor neurons that carry signals from your brain to your muscles are slowly dying. Your mind stays intact, but your body slowly becomes your prison. There is no cure, and it only gets worse. Your wife feeds you now, and every day your son sits at the foot of your bed, telling you what happened in school. What's worse is that you can hear every word, but you can't tell him you're listening. He thinks you've lost it, but still comes every day hoping it will get better. But it won't. This is ALS. Doctors still don't know what causes most cases, and by the time anyone figures it out, you will no longer be there to hear the answer. Imagine walking downstairs and seeing your mother making breakfast, exactly like every other morning. Then she turns to greet you. You see it in her eyes. Something is wrong. You know for certain that this woman is not your mother. She's a perfect copy, down to how she cooks your eggs. You realize she's been spying on your family for years, and you don't know when they took the real one. You stop eating the food she makes. You don't look her in the eyes, but you feel her watching your every move. She tried coming into your room, so you lock your door at night. You start writing down things only your real mother would know, waiting for the imposter to slip up. She never does, and that scares you more than anything. Your dad says you need help, and that's when you realize they got him too. too. You just never noticed. One night she sits on the edge of your bed, crying, asking what happened to her son. And for just a second, she sounds exactly like your mother. Then, the feeling is gone. This is Capgras delusion, where the brain still recognizes a face perfectly, but the feeling of knowing that person vanishes. They look right, they sound right, but you will swear until the very end that a stranger is wearing their face.
One day you will wake up and see that your own mother has been replaced by an identical imposter. It's called Capgras syndrome, and it is one of the most disturbing brain glitches ever recorded. People with this condition can look directly at someone they love, their mother, father, husband, or even their own child, and swear they are not real. They recognize the face, they know the voice, they remember everything about them, but something deep in their brain feels wrong. The emotional connection is completely gone, so their brain creates the only explanation that makes sense. This person must be a fake, a perfect copy, an imposter pretending to be someone they love. Scientists think this happens when the part of your brain that recognizes faces disconnects from the part that feels familiarity. So your eyes say, "That's your mother," but your brain says, "I have never met this person before." And the scariest part is, no matter how much proof you show them, they may never believe you. You're at lunch when your friends dare you to do a creepy challenge. They say you won't regret it. You agree, go home, and wait until the night. You turn off every light, sit in front of a mirror, and stare at your own face. For a while, it's just your face. Then slowly, your face shifts. Your eyes don't sit right. Your mouth looks too long. You blink, and it snaps back. You tell your friends, and they say to keep going. It's night 2, and this time it's different. Your face melts and rebuilds, but it's not yours. It's older and staring into your soul. He looks familiar. You look away, and don't tell your friends the next day. Night 3, you can't help it. You move toward the mirror like it's pulling you, and the stranger is already there, waiting. And when you finally look away, it doesn't. You sleep on the couch that night. The next morning, you see it again. Not in the mirror, but on the black screen of your phone. This is the Caputo effect, a real, documented illusion, where staring at your own reflection in dim light makes your brain stop recognizing your face and start creating a new one. You can try it tonight, maybe with a friend. Just don't be surprised by who's looking back. Your favorite streamer just told you she loves you. She says it to the camera every stream. But tonight, you're certain she means you. You started donating small amounts. She read your name on stream and smiled. You feel your heart pounding. The next week, you see it everywhere. She wore your favorite color. Then she hung a poster from your favorite anime. Then she said your name again, in a video, even though you weren't watching live. You think she's been watching you too, and decide to tell your friends. They look at you like you're crazy. One day while watching her old streams, you see her street sign. You drive 9 hours and run to her house when you get there. You knock on the door. She opens it and you try to hug her. Her face goes white, and she backs into the doorway. Her boyfriend steps in front of her, asking who you are. She tells him she's never seen you before, and for a second, you don't understand. Then you realize it's a test. She's pretending in front of him. So you stand at the door for hours, watching the curtains. When the police come, you don't resist. You already know she's just waiting for them to leave. This is erotomania, where the brain becomes convinced that a stranger is secretly in love with you and sending coded messages. And somewhere right now, in a streamer's chat, someone is already on the way. You are walking to school one day, and you hear a camera click behind you. You turn, but the only person there is reading a newspaper. You tell yourself it's nothing, but the next morning, the same man is on the corner, reading the same newspaper, and you realize he's been there for months. That night, your mom asks how your day was. She's asked this same question 1,000 times, almost like a line in a show, so you test her. You say,
"Today was the worst day of my life."
And for half a second, she doesn't know what to do. Then she smiles and laughs. You realize everyone is faking it. The friend you've hung out with for years. He has repeated the same joke thousands of times. And the teacher who waits for you to look up before she starts teaching. So you decide to do something. You run out in the middle of class and go straight to that man on the corner. You go right into his face and start screaming at him. You beg him to let you go, to stop the cameras. People pull you off of him, and you wake up in the psych ward. You stare at the one-way mirror, certain the cameras are still recording. This is the Truman Show delusion, where the brain becomes convinced your whole life is staged. And through the glass, you can see your mom crying. And you'll never know if the people you love really loved you back.